Welcome to another Meet the Members video. Today, I'm with Randy Wietman, president of HistWick, as we explore Wickford Walk and its history.
I'm Randy Wietman, president of Historic Wickford.
Can you tell us what Historic Wickford is?
Well, in a nutshell, it's about preserving, protecting, and celebrating all those things that are really important about Wickford.
There's a whole lot of them, aren't there?
Oh my God, there's a ton of them.
Today we're going to check out the walking tour, isn't that correct?
Yeah, we have, as of right now, we've got 14 signs. Ultimately, we'll have 16 before we finish this up, but it's all part of what's called Wickford Walk. And the whole idea of this Wickford Walk is that it captures all those components that are really important about Wickford, whether it's women in Wickford, minorities, Native Americans, shipbuilding, transportation, industry. It really goes on. And we're very lucky to live in a very rich part of the country, and which is why we were named #1 small historic town in America.
All right, well, I can't wait. Let's get right into it.
As I mentioned, we tried to cover every area that is important about Wickford, and one of them is the indigenous population. The Europeans came here in 1600s, but indigenous populations have been here for about 20,000 years. And this talks about what was important and how did they live. And it talks about the three sisters being squash, corn, and beans. And I'll leave it at that. But there's so much to learn in Wickford, and this is just one aspect, which is the indigenous population. This is our 13th in the Wickford Walk series in this gorgeous Veterans Memorial Park. For the past 3 years, Wickford, Plum Beach Garden Club, and the VFW and the Department of Public Works have put a great deal of work into this park. It's now about 35% bigger because they cleaned up the brush back there. So let me talk about the Wickford Walk sign. This is our newest one, and it commemorates a very, very important aspect of Wickford and North Kingstown that most people don't even know existed because it's not here anymore. Nothing exists other than a statue. Cornelius Vanderbilt in the early 1900s developed, or late 1800s I should say, put together a spur off of the railroad that is up near Wickford Junction, near Walmart right now. That spur took passengers from up there down Beach Street, and then hung a left on Steamboat, and then they got onto a steamship called the General and went over to Newport. These were Vanderbilt rich, wealthy type people. So right here used to be the Wickford Depot. It was a fairly large building. I don't know if you can see this, but that was the Wickford Depot. And both the Narragansett East Greenwich Trolley, Seaview Trolley, and the Newport Wickford Railroad and Steamboat Company ran through this area right by the Wickford Depot, and the Wickford Depot serviced both of them.
Can you tell me the significance of this location, Randy?
I can indeed. Historic Wickford does a lot of things in this town. There's quite a list. This particular one is about a black gentleman who lived here in Wickford. They talk about the black mariners here. The significance of this one is this house was built very, very unusual. It was built for a black man. He didn't ultimately move into it. It was built for him, which at the time was really unusual. Saved the money to do that because he worked in an occupation where you could make good money back then. And he was a mariner and did pretty well with it. And this is his home. Coincidentally, it was just recently painted in the last month. But it's a gorgeous home. Architecturally significant, and in terms of historical legacy, it's also significant in that we do have a black heritage here in Wickford.
So what's this, Randy?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I think HistWick does a lot of projects around town. You know, projects like the hanging baskets, like that one over there, are done by the Wickford Village Association and HistWick. We either pay for it or provide the labor for it. This is another example of one of those projects in town. The original sign was on this exact same footprint. It had fallen apart, and so we did a one-for-one replacement. We had the panels done professionally, and then some of us guys came to my shop and we built the frame and put this thing up. It's 14 feet long, embedded into the ground. And it's sort of unofficially the approach into Wickford, if you will. As you're coming down West Main, you see this sign, and you go, whew, hey, we're here. And it's just a really nice welcome into Wickford. Most importantly, has been here for a long, long time, and it is with respect to Historic District Commission, it is a one-from-one replacement of what was there before.
Can you stand next to it so we can see how tall it is? Because Randy's pretty tall. Oh, yep. Great. Okay, we're back at the chamber. We're done with our walking tour. Thank you so much for joining me, Randy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Do you have any last remarks for anyone who's a member or non-member about preserving and celebrating Wickford's history?
Absolutely. Well, for the members, thank you very much for what you do. Everything we do involves money or labor, and you have been quite generous in that respect. If you're not a member and you'd like to be a member, it's pretty easy to do. It's like $35 for an individual or family membership, and you can donate anything you want, but it's $35 to start out with. The easy way to do that is to go to HistWick.org, and you can do it all online. It's very, very easy. And, we did a little bit of a smattering today as far as some of the projects that we do with Historic Wickford. But we have something worth preserving, celebrating, and protecting here. We really do. I've lived all over the world, and I truly believe that this is one of the most special places in the country. And it's worth saving. It's worth protecting. And if you want to be involved with that, HistWick.org.
Thanks, Randy.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Visit HistWick.org, experience beautiful Wickford, and see Wickford Walk for yourself. Stay tuned for next month's Meet the Member Spotlight.